Hello, it's Laura Coleman here from Be Modern Meditation, and foolishly I've chosen to come live just as I'm about to go uphill. That was a bit foolish, wasn't it? But this is a part of my evening walk where I thought I'm not going to bump into too many people, and I wanted to talk about loneliness, partly because it's Mental Health Awareness Week and that's the theme this year. And so as I've been walking along, and actually it's a beautiful evening, you can hear the birds. This is me just sneakily having a break so I can breathe. As I was reflecting on loneliness, there's a couple of things that really stood out for me when I think about my own experience of loneliness and what I see in other people, and also what's helped. Because sometimes when we're thinking about mental health and awareness, it's great, but you also need to think about what might help as well. Hey Catherine, good to see you. I'm just like walking uphill. It's testing my fitness now. But for me, the times when I felt most lonely has been when there's a mismatch between my internal experience of finding things difficult and my external projection of pretending I'm fine, nothing to see here. And there are definitely times in my life where I felt, when I look back now and I think about loneliness, one of the most crippling parts of feeling anxiety and depression for me was the loneliness that came from hiding that experience and trying to pretend I was okay. Because, and I'm sure we've probably all had the experience of being, I'm going to go into this field now, it's in a vineyard now. We all had the experience of being in a big group of people and everyone's having a laugh and having loads of fun, and you're not, inside you're looking like you are, but inside maybe there's a sadness or a loneliness. And the more you try and pretend that, yeah, hi, I'm having a great time, but inside you're kind of dying, it's a really lonely place. And so, there's a beautiful little bird. I'm not very lonely on this walk with all the birds. And it's not about being on your own, because being on your own, I love being on my own actually. But the loneliness comes in, it is with that isolation. And when I started to look at things like self-compassion and understanding, how does that actually work? What's it all about? And how does meditation and mindfulness and all these practices, how's that actually going to make a difference to beyond the moment when you've got your eyes closed and you're learning to calm your mind? And it comes down to this really big strand of what self-compassion is, which is where we connect to the common humanity of what we're experiencing. And we connect to that deeper sense of, do you know what? This struggle, this difficulty, this is being human, and I'm not alone. And actually, other people feel this too. And for me, that was a real game changer, was that kind of, maybe it's okay not to pretend anymore. And maybe it's okay to be honest when I'm finding it hard and things are tricky. And that's what shifted loneliness for me. And I know that everyone's experience of loneliness is different, and sometimes, particularly for older populations and in the pandemic, loneliness is a real thing around social isolation. But I guess I just wanted to share this idea that loneliness can be just when we try and contain our inner experience of challenge and we don't allow anyone in to see our vulnerability. And I highly recommend the work of Brené Brown if you haven't come across it, on vulnerability and shame and all of those things, because the more you dig into these topics, the more you realise that we're all the same. We all have these same edges, and it's quite liberating. Oh gosh, look how beautiful it is tonight. I don't know if you can quite see. And this is definitely another way of shifting things like loneliness, is actually being outside, even if it is on my own. I'm not alone because I'm with you. So thank you for joining me wherever you are, and do let me know if you've been here. Let me know what loneliness, and maybe even come across the fact that loneliness is the theme this year for Mental Health Week. But I'd love to know, what's your experience? What do you think? What have you seen in other people? And let's maybe experience the fact that we're not alone, that we are all the same, we all struggle, and get some comfort from that. And wherever you are tonight, I hope you have a lovely evening, or whenever you catch this video, and I will see you really soon. Take care.